First of all, welcome back, and we have upgrades.
We're back and we're better.
We have microphones, and more importantly,
Look at that.
we're official. Cheers. Okay, so let's just get right into it because, like I said, I have many opinions on this topic.
Yeah.
Today we are here to talk about your relationship with friends after you get pregnant and have children and how those dynamics change.
Because they change drastically.
They sure do a lot of times.
All right, so let's start with this. Do you feel like this process of becoming a mom, single or not, moms in general, parents in general, do you feel like you have gained more relationships or weeded out more relationships?
Wow, that's such a good question, and I have two answers. In a way, I've physically weeded out many people, but in another way, I feel like I've gained deeper relationships with people that I was already cool with. Like you, like I've known you for a minute, but there was a big chunk I didn't know you.
Right.
Like we were cool and stuff, but now it's like,
yeah,
we're really bonding off the fact that we have children. You feel me? So it's like, yeah, I did lose numbers, but like the quality significantly, increased, and that's what I'm really grateful for sure.
Yeah, I mean, I could say the same thing. I feel like numbers have changed or energy has shifted. Maybe numbers are still kind of the same in a sense, but the relationship is changed where the people who I had in numbers are more distant, and I wouldn't necessarily call them friends anymore.
Right.
Right. And I started seeing people in different lights. People in my life who became mothers before me made me kind of want to lean more into those friendships. A little bit
interesting. Yeah. Yeah.
Because you're always searching for understanding and new ways to bond with people, and it's kind of different where you see becoming a mom that you don't bond with certain people the way that you used to, and that's okay.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. No, for sure. Wow. Yeah. No, that's real. I think I didn't even think of that, but yeah, you're making me remember that. Yeah, I did. Once I did get pregnant, even I did start to look for people that I already knew who were moms, like a little more.
Yeah.
And I'm like, well, what the fuck is this? Why is my nipples doing this?
Hello?
What's going on?
You gotta know the answer.
Yeah.
You gotta know the answer.
They're like, yeah, bitch, welcome to hell.
Welcome to death.
I'm like, oh, Lord. So now I have a question for you. Do you remember the first friend you told that you were pregnant, and do you remember, you don't have to name them, but do you remember their reaction, and were you pleased with that reaction? Did you expect that reaction? Like, what was that experience like?
That's a interesting question. Okay, so the first person to know, I won't necessarily say was somebody that I told. I was at work, and I worked in a lab, and it was my coworker at the time. So I'm in the lab, and I'm like doing a pregnancy test myself, and she calls me. She goes, "Hey, Tate," and mind you, I just saw my result. Like I just saw it, and I look at her, and she's like, "What's wrong?" And she comes running over to the lab, and she looks, and she's excited as hell. She's like, "Oh my god!" Like, and I'm like, "Okay."
Cool. You're like, okay.
But the very first friends that I told were Jay and Paul, my god sisters. Yeah. Actually, and Jess. So it was three of them, and we were in a group FaceTime call. And I would say they were pretty excited.
Yeah.
Now I know for me, a lot of the reactions that I got were people being genuinely excited, because it got to the point where, like, I was babysitting everybody's kid.
Right, so they already knew.
So everyone was like, bitch, when are you gonna have your own?
Right, they knew you were gonna be lit at it. So they were like, yeah, it's time.
Yeah, so I think majority of the reactions that I got were pretty positive.
That's good. I feel like I had the same experience. I mean, I didn't tell too many people. Like, the first person was obviously the father, and then my mom, and then the 3-4 friends I told, they were like, oh shit, here we go. Like, they were more, I feel like they were realistic with me, which I do appreciate. Like, they were like, oh, that's dope, but get ready, like it's about to get real as fuck. And I was like, okay. And that wasn't the reaction I was expecting. I think I was expecting more excitement in a way. But I feel like I got the real, and I do appreciate that. We're already moms.
Yeah.
But yeah.
I got that from Papa Smurf.
Oh, really? He was like, okay, well,
girl, and it's so funny. I think both of us, we tell this story kind of often.
Yeah.
I remember telling him, and he's grilling. He was grilling.
And you're like, this is a great time to do this.
I didn't want to, but I was like, I gotta get this out the way.
Work on it.
I'm pregnant. And I'm watching his back, and I watch him just stop grilling and just set it down. And him slowly turn around, look at me. I'm like, oh my God.
You're like, I don't know. I don't know.
So I got the kind of like encouragement that I needed from him, which didn't feel like positivity at the time. But I got the encouragement that I needed from him that was like, okay, well, this is very adult.
It's not a game.
And you need to grow up.
Right. Yeah. No, the real. Yeah.
Yeah. So I was like, ooh, okay. And it was kind of like a gut check a little bit. But it was what I needed. I needed it. And I didn't see that at the time. I was just kind of like, oh, I've disappointed you.
Right. You know,
like,
because you're seeing the initial reaction, but no, it's the real. Once you
yeah.
pass it, you're like, yeah. Thank
and
you.
then after that, and I think he saw me like, my wheels just turning, and he's sitting there reflecting, and he was like, so I'm gonna be a grandpa. And I was like, he was like,
you like me? No, it's
scary.
No, shout out for real, because we need the real. And
Yeah.
you know, I really feel like the men in your life are gonna give you the real. Like when they really fuck with you and they love you, you know what I'm saying? Like friend, father figures, real dad, whatever, uncles, they gonna give you the real. And that's what we need.
I go to that man for everything.
No,
so
shout out. All right, I have another question to compound on that one. Did you have any friendships that like, maybe not completely severed, but how you were saying earlier, like kind of shifted energies that like really hurt you? And if you did or have, whatever, like how have you coped with that?
I feel like I have had a couple where I think I expected more from these friends. I expected more check-ins. But in reality, the situation, I am a hermit when I am going through new change or going through something traumatic, that I kind of close off. And I don't really give people the opportunity to, so I guess that's my kind of part that I play in situations like that. But I will say, I think mainly in terms of being there for me, I can't really fault many people on the lack of support thereof. But I will say, what I do fault people for is the excitement with the announcement, the social media pleasing, the front of, oh my God, I'm an auntie, oh my God, I'm an uncle, and those people not being there for him, not me, but him. You know what I mean? Why front like that? Like why are we here? You know what I mean? So those type of interactions that I've been a little bit disappointed in, I will say that. But as far as the people in my life that I hold very dear to me, like I knew who to lean on, and I knew the people who adjusted their lives to accommodate my shifts. Because I knew those were certain people too. Like I know when people are going through a shift in their life, I know how to adjust and move with them and be very fluid with them. I know who would do the same for me. And so I think that kind of outweighed the people who weren't necessarily stepping up to be the friend that I needed. I'm
not gonna lie, I respect the accountability that you have with yourself, saying that you're naturally a hermit when you're going through stuff, and in a way made it easy for certain people to slip through the cracks, because that's something that I probably need to own up to too, because even before pregnancy I am one of those people that I feel like I have a lot of people I know, but when I really, and then I call them my friends, but when I really deeply think about it, I am very to myself. So it's like I made it easy for, that's a good one. Yeah, for me, I would definitely say that there was a few people that fell off that really hurt because of what you just described, which was like the outward excitement or the initial excitement, and then just not showing up for stuff. Like, I'm like, that's, and then always still hitting me up like, oh, I'm gonna be here for this or this. Like, they kind of, I felt like they were playing with me.
Yeah.
But then at one point I had to really think, like, this is kind of how we've always been with each other.
Yeah.
Like, you know, it's like, oh yeah, we're gonna make it. Oh, we couldn't, my bad, bitch. Like, I'll see you next time. Like, it's only heavy to me now because I'm pregnant as fuck.
Yeah.
And everything is heavy. You know what I mean? And it was kind of more so like, damn, was I ever really friends with these people? Or was it just people I knew that I was hella close with? Oh my God, he scared the hell out of me.
Are you okay?
Yes. But yeah, no, accountability is important, man. And I really feel like I need more of that because, you know what I think? Because I was an only child, that I have a really hard time not thinking that everything is about me, honestly.
That's fair.
Like, honestly and truly. Like,
that is fair.
Not even in a, I hate everyone, the world's about me in a bratty way, but just, I take everything personally because I'm like, you're in my life. Why are you doing this to me? And it's like people just be having shit going on, or they're just, and sometimes they don't care, but not in a fuck you way. It's just like,
whereas
I don't really care.
See, and I think that's where we kind of differ because I grew up as the oldest.
Right.
So it's my job to be the caretaker and consider everybody else.
Yes.
For me. So.
And yeah, and honestly, that I tell this to people all the time. The transition for me from only child to mother has been chaotic as hell psychologically.
I bet.
Because it's like, you know, you love this person, you want to do all this stuff. At the same time, it's like, what is going on? Why are you always right here? Like, whereas you as the eldest has always been people right there making noise, doing stuff.
So
You've never had the privacy, even psychologically. You're always worried about my sibling, are they cool? Maybe not negative, you know, your mom is there, but it's like you're still worried about them. You care about them. You hope they're doing okay. You know what I mean? Like, I had cousins I love that shit, but it's like whatever, like, you know.
See, now I see why you value more of your alone time and you are like, Mom, take her.
Get the, no, because it is literally.
Bye.
Yeah. No,
I'm not bringing my kid to this event.
I'm not bringing the child to the event so I can live my life.
I feel that. I see that differently now.
I need to be me. Yeah. And people be like, damn, this bitch don't be with her kid. I do not. If I cannot be, I don't. Yeah, I'm one of them.